into the stream.
Honestly, I feel bad for these guys. I wouldn't want to be racing today.
Yep, hello guys, welcome to GP4. We are they just started qualifying, well, a long time ago, and now 8 minutes into the session. I've literally went quick as I can to get out of GP5 now, and now into GP4. My word, I'm having a busy day today. And it looks like it's raining out there today. How fun it is. I got there we go, now we got the audio.
If you could drop me an invite into the...
Oh yes, of course. I've been a busy boy today. Busy boy.
Yeah, well, everyone appreciates it, so... Well done, thank you.
Yeah, got to keep the content going for our lovely viewers. We look at Tommy Gunner right now. It's on this fresh set of intermediate tyres. It's wet at the moment. Looks like the Donuts looks like he's going to the soft tyres now. He was thinking about going to the softs, but now he's gone to a fresh pair of intermediate tyres. So now we've got Tommy Gunner at the moment in the McLaren, trying to make a lap now to see if he can push himself up the table. Welcome to GP4, everyone. Canadian Grand Prix. It is Canadian Grand Prix week. Need for Speed is reserving today from GP5. He's reserving here at GP4. Let's have a little look at him for his first few laps. Not to see Need for Speed back in GP4 again. It's a bit of a throwback, of course. So Fletcher, what's your thoughts actually on this Canadian Grand Prix circuit in this year's game?
Well, I've just done a few laps around Sideshow there, and it's a track that really is very punishing. I think it's evilly deceiving on how narrow it actually can be in some parts of the track, especially in Sector 1. There's not really a lot of room to work with. So if you really make a mistake in that chicane, you can really find yourself losing the rear and maybe even getting a puncture or some real wing damage. So it can be a bit of a nightmare, this one. It is.
So Op 2020 says I'm on 61% on its update. He says need a restart. No, unfortunately, buddy, it won't. We can't restart sessions, unfortunately. There was a patch update today, and of course, you snooze, you lose, unfortunately. That's the old saying. Magic joined the stream. Well done, Magic. God done for competing today. If you don't know the news of GP5, if you don't want to know now, then please cut away. Of course, British guy, third win in a row. So he's got his third win in SFR in a row, and he's leading the championship. So congratulations to him. Shall I answer?
He's loving life.
He is loving it. Oh, and Shadow! Very close to him, wagging that tail there. 13th place. Looks like Capricorn's leading the moment. Very good work from him there. Let's have a look at that Swanee. Kokisikas in there, Pro Oliver, Ginetti. Looks like Ginetti's doing very well at the moment in the AlphaTauri. As Swanee is invalidated. Hookie's on 7 lap on Inters.
Oh, what?
Okay, thank you, Hookie.
Oh, he almost lose it into the wall, lighting up the rear tyres. Oh, that was not going to be an ideal situation. I don't know why he's done so many laps on the intermediates. Only he could tell you the answer.
And have a look at the let's have a look at the Energy Dan, the Dan Meister.
Oh, Hockey's teammate. We're going to give him a tub, it looks like.
Oh, of course, the Aston Martin boys. Back to the AlphaTauri days. Oh, the good old days.
The AlphaTauri boys of GP4, now in GP4 again with the Aston Martins.
The peg-looking Aston Martins.
Oh, yeah, we all love it in that traditional British racing green. As Dan jumps up to 9th.
Behind his teammate, that's pretty much well-suited.
He did lose a little bit of time coming out of the hairpin in the last sector. He did get a little bit of oversteer, so could have cost him 8th place there from his teammate. And he almost loses it again into that horrible exit of turn 1.
The Donuts is on an invalidated lap right now. Let's have a look at Kazik in the Williams. He's on a lap now. 3:10. He's now started his lap. Let's see how he gets on through this little section of the first sector. Nice and sensible, as you can see, nice and neat and tidy. Now towards this very tricky section, 10th up, around the first sector. Nicely done. Cutting the corner. Lovely. Oh, and Kazinkas has lost it.
Oh,
how did he... How
hit that out the wall.
Gee, Louis. Well. Talked about saving the car. Just about.
I think when he comes into the pits, a change of overalls might be needed in the Williams garage.
Vladimir just gone up to 11th. In the AlphaTauri. Dan is 2 seconds down. Elite NL Davis 6/10 down. And he's on a validated lap.
And Hawkey's on his way out of the pits, it seems, so he'll be coming on his final lap of the session anytime soon.
Of course, with wet conditions, Fletcher, it sort of equalises the field just a little bit, don't you think? Oh, and Janetti just made contact with Hookie.
Oh, and that's Kabrinikan in the wall. He has lost his front wing on the exit of the second chicane in the last sector.
Yeah, it looks like he's damaged the car a little bit there, hasn't he?
Yeah, a bit of front wing damage it seems. Oh, it looked like he had front wing damage, but judging by the broadcast,
there's like the exit of, especially beginning of the second sector. Very, very tricky corner that is.
I feel like the whole Canada with the chicanes, like these curbs can be a nightmare, especially in the game as a whole. So, especially in the wet around Canada where the curbs are quite high, it's just very easy to lose the rear and get a lot of
Up 2020, if you could tell me your PSN, if it's done, you've got around about a few minutes left. You've got a few minutes to join.
It'll be a tight one.
And sure, Fletcher can add you in. You've got 1 minute and 20 seconds to get into this lobby before your car, well, the inevitable. Janetti, about a second slower than his previous.
I will try to invite him now.
I don't know what of 2020's PSN is, but oh well. Right, running on the moment. We got Capricorn first, Adonis second. Elite NL Dave just pushed himself up to third, pushes Janetti down to fourth. Pro Oliver, who is always the qualifying master at the moment. Cookie just invalidated. Go to Swanee in the Ferrari. Now Need for Speed is going out on the medium tyre in these conditions. I don't know if that's a wise call.
And it appears that Brew inviting in my game has glitched. Let me just restart.
Yeah, Need for Speed, Harry, unfortunately just picked the wrong tyre, my friend.
Alright, let's see if I can get him back.
Shadow Lancer. At the moment. Enosis on 80%. It's 16 seconds. I don't think you're going to make it, my friend. It's 16 seconds. I don't think you're going to make it, my friend.
What is his PSN?
It's Enosia, apparently. Justin Denan, just saying the mediums are a laugh. You see, have a look at Shadow Lancer, right behind the Snell. Snell at the moment. Behind the McLaren. Can Shadow Lancer improve on this time? Janetti will stay fourth. Elite NL Dave will stay third. Can Dodonis can do anything about it? Pro Oliver goes up to third. In the Alfa Romeo, so Alfa Romeo 3 and 4. Shadow Lancer. Can he get himself at the order? He can. He goes up to P10. Good work for Shadow. If it's trying the race, all the time. Look at the Donuts fastest lap. 3:49 compared to 3:67. So that is 17 thousandths faster. Oliver was 97 thousandths slower. Oh, Dan's invalidated, unlucky.
Oh, he's lost it. Oh, he just locked up into the chicane. He lost
massive lock up of Vladimir going into the chicane.
And he's got. Oh.
And Vladimir will come across the line now, and he'll go to P11.
If it's a dry race, he will get the best place of 3 choice of tyres. So
all the drivers will actually.
11th's not a bad position to be in, really. If you're going to qualify anywhere outside the top 10, 11's probably your best place to go.
Op says it takes 2 damn seconds for a restart, but oh, But oh well. Well, I understand you're not happy, mate. But it is what it is. It's life. I am sorry, but it is what it is. I mean, I have updated my games around 6 o'clock UK time. Smokers joined us apparently. So it comes here's our winning view. Dodonis first, Capricorn second, Proliver third, Lieutenant D fourth, Genetti fifth, VFL Sim is sixth. 7th place is Snellweg, Swanee in 8th, Kazikas 9th, Channel in 10th, Vladimir 11th, Hooky is 12th, and down 13th, Tommy Gunn in 14th, Newspeed in 15th, and Simon Palmer in P16. Good field of drivers.
Yeah, definitely, especially when you look outside the top 10, some of the drivers who didn't make it. These are guys who we've really associated with being quite up there. So you got people like Hooky and Dan, they are quick drivers on their day, so it's a really tight grid, so it should lead up for some exciting racing. It's normally when you've got a grid this close, it does bunch up the pack for the whole race, so let's hope we have more of the same today, and let's see if the race will be a wet one. Oh, and it is sunny spells in Montreal,
so the drivers get free choice of tyre. Right. Okay then. Free choice of tyre.
Be interesting to see how many of the guys do go onto the medium tyres.
It's the preferred race tyre, of course, as for every Grand Prix. Who's got a chance on the softs? Who's got a chance for the hard tyre? It should be a two-stop around here, going to the degradation of the tyres around here.
I remember I lost, I think it was in the GP4 race a few seasons ago, where I lost it on the second chicane. I did about 27 laps on the hard tyres, and they were screaming by the end, so tyre can be a problem if you don't keep them in check, and that was my mistake. But let's see how the drivers do today with keeping their tyres in a good nick.
Next weekend, actually, we are going to the French Grand Prix. Your favourite track, Fletcher, if I might say not. You got good feelings for France.
I do. I have really good feelings of France. If I hopefully if I do race, I don't know, but I don't think Dan would want me mentioning France. You know, just that one.
I mean, after all the funny, after all the funny moments of was it season 7? That was quite funny.
I mean, I think season 7 was a great season in general. I mean, we had Dan and Hooky working together like an absolute dream team in the AlphaTauri.
Let's have a look at the tyres, shall we? Let's have a look what they're going for. So hard tyres for Dodonis, soft tyres for Capricorn, Pro Oliver on mediums, Elite and Dave on hards, Genetti and VFL have gone softs. That is from 7th down to 11th on medium tyre. Hooky's gone soft down on medium, so the Aston Martin's going opposite strategy. Tommy Gunner in 14th for going mediums, neither speed on softs, and Simon Palmer on mediums. So very mixed strategy. We've got two hard tyre runners, which is 4th and 1st of the Donuts and Elite and Dave. Is that going to work in their favour?
It'll be interesting to see if the Donuts and Elite Dave can do the one-stop, the hards and the mediums. If they can take those hards long enough, the medium tyres will be still in a good condition by the end of the race on lap 35. So realistically, the Donuts and Elite Dave, if they can keep their pace upon these hard tyres in the warm weather, keep them in check, then they should be able to stay within this top 5, and then by the end of the race they'll have the tyre advantage at the end.
So who's your money on? Who is your money on for this race win right now?
Well, right now, given the position he's in, I'd have to say the Donuts for that one-stop strategy, while everyone else only makes 2. But of course that does depend on whether safety cars come out, and he does have to alternate his strategy mid-race, so it's all in the mix right now for the Donuts and Dave. They've risked it, and we've just got to see if it pays off for the two drivers.
Fair enough, the Donuts and Elite and Dave have gone the same way. They have gone hard tyres together, and both of them are on in the championship fight at the moment, with Elite and Capricorn in there too. Oh my god, that looks very close. I was just looked at the table, my word, that looks really close. The Donuts, Capricorn and Ginetti have 1 point apart from each other from 3rd to 4th. But we are, I get this first time in my life, I'm actually going to say the same punchline that I'm going to do on the same day. Hey, lucky me.
Right.
So looking for those 5 red lights, and we got the 5 red lights, and when they go out in GP4, we'll say, boogity, 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 let's go racing in Canada, and the Donuts gets a really good start.
Great lord from
Capricorn with the soft tyre, of course. He'll try and get away as fast as he can. Oliver in there as well. Elite now Dave getting there in 4th at the moment. And we got all cars going around the moment. We've got VFL Slim at the moment side by side with Snell West now with a great start. We're going into 6th place at the moment. Swanee at the moment with Hooky right behind him. Can we get some action down here? No, Swanee gets to stick behind us for the moment. Need for speed, hanging there at the moment with Tommy Gunner right in front of him, with the McLaren in front of him. We got Ginetti at the moment on the inside of Elite
Ginetti on Oliver.
Oh, and Ginetti and Elite Dave so close together, side by side they go towards the turn 10 hairpin. Who's going to break later? And Ginetti swings into 4th place because he's got the hard tyre on. We got and Hasbrook, that's VFL slip. VFL in there with Snellweg. And we got so Slim once again, he's going to try and get past Snellweg. Can Haskar get past the McLaren? Swanee down the inside. That's a brave move, great move from Swanee.
He did the Haas did have to show him a little bit of respect there for both of them not to go into the Ball of Champions. But
and the Hawkeyes having a look.
Hawkeye almost going to try and swing it round off the Haas. If he does get the traction out, no, he can't get down, but he does have his teammate behind him. Followed then by the Williams of Cat Seekers and Shadow Lancer. So and Dan gets a 3-second time penalty.
Well, I didn't take Dan Long, didn't it? Unfortunate for him.
Well, the 2 Williams drivers now, they'll be looking at this and thinking, 3-time penalty, can we try and calculate on this? Especially if you've got 2 teams.
Justice said, it's lights out and Dodonis wins. Brilliant.
Especially with this two-team battle with the Aston Martins and the Williams. It'd be interesting to see what Hockey does now. Did you let Dan go? Maybe try and hold everyone up behind him to get Dan the gap in the 3 seconds, or did they just go for all-out pace? So we're going to have to pull off a real good strategy in the Aston Martin garage.
Right now, Dodonis, like you said, he's in a good position at the moment. 2 seconds behind the leader, but he doesn't mind that because he knows he's on the hard tyre strategy. He's going for the 1-stop. Right now, he's in really, really good position to win this race.
Yes, indeed. But he has got Oliver behind him on mediums and Ginetti on the soft. So if Ginetti can make up a few places and get past the Alfa Romeo and the Red Bull, he might also be in a very good position for the win in 32 laps time. But it is worth mentioning, Carbon Khan has now pulled this gap to 2.3 seconds on his soft tyres in the Alpine. So
it knows you said my game was done on the formation lap.
Just unfortunate for him.
But look at this, Pro Oliver and Dodonis very close together. Ginetti having a little look down the outside. And
with the hat on the McLaren and the Ferrari going into the second corner.
And Swanee and Snellweg very close together. And Ginetti having a little look at Pro Oliver down the inside. For the turn 10 corner, he made contact with the Red Bull and Dodonis down the inside. And Ginetti gets away, only just.
That was unreal into turn 10, but now Oliver's got a very good slipstream, but Ginetti does have DRS as well as Oliver. So I don't think the traction...
there goes Ginetti once again down the inside. This is a very vicious
contact!
Move.
Probably that corner
I closed my eyes for a second there. And look at Pro Oliver taking advantage of that. Sneaky for Pro Oliver.
It is worth mentioning on the back of that, of the end of the lap, you do need to have a lot of respect for the driver behind if he does go for the move to not push both of you into the wall. So, it'll be one lucky for the stewards. I feel like there'll be a few incidents there today.
Of course, the stewards are keeping a close eye on these things, of course. Swanee with a 3 second. So Swanee now.
5 penalties.
We're only on lap 4. What's happened to VFL? VFL's made a mistake. VFL's losing places. And Swanee's overtaking lead 10 now, Dave. Swanee's overtaking lead 10 now, Dave. And lead 10 now, Dave's push him into the wall. And Lee Denardi pushed Swan into the wall, I think. And look at now, we're down the inside. The Dutchman coming through and squeezes Elite Denardi towards the wall. Very close there.
Doesn't
the drivers are not messing around today
on the Ferrari, so I feel like I might be able to continue with relatively unscathed on the damage side. I mean, his race strategy might be a bit damaged, but at least his car should be in decent condition.
Coming to the pits, and that is VFL coming to the pits.
Oh, and here goes the Aston Martin on the Alfa Romeo.
Hooky want to make places, of course. Look at the donuts, he's really hanging in there with Pro Oliver. He's really keeping him honest.
The Donis is a very good driver. You're not in a championship battle for nothing, and I think he's proven that now with the hard tyre, especially managing to hold on. But there's a yellow flag somewhere.
And who's that for? That is for, was it Shadow, I believe? Or was it Vladimir? It was one of the two.
Have a look.
The yellow flag's gone now, but I don't know who that was. Oh, Williams, look at Kazidkas on the back of Energy Dan. Neither speed with the time penalty.
Right. Down with a little lock up, all that. Give the Williams a little look now.
But actually, we need to cut to Janeji because he's just gone past Dodonis for third place. Janeji into third now. Dodonis move into fourth.
Dodonis has to remember now that this isn't his race. This isn't what he's planning. He's not planning to fight. He's planning to just keep with the guys, keep his tyres.
Hookie's in after 4 laps old soft tyres.
Was it maybe an undercut on the cars ahead? We'll have to wait and see. I don't think the tyres will be that damaged on the medium ones. So we'll have to wait a look and have a look at that one. What tyres are going to come for a new set of mediums? Oh, and it's huge damage. Or is that just a glitch on Charles car?
So let's have a look at Charles. See how it's getting on.
It appeared for me he had no front wing.
Yeah, he's got no front wing. Charles has been into the wall.
Yeah, the outline of the front wing was there, so it must have just been a glitch that made it look like the wing was there.
Let me just check how he's driving. Yeah, he's got no front wing. There's no front wing on that Williams. He's got no front wing. You can tell by that thing is understeering. Charlotte, after a fantastic result in Baku, is not having a great day here today.
Be interesting to see when the leader does bite the cherry and come into the pits. He's done 6. He's gonna do 6 laps at the end of this now with his on these soft tyres. So let's see when he bites.
Kazidkas now closing on Dan Moore with the DRS. Having it down the inside, but looks like Dan's keeping him honest at the moment. Keeping that car as wide as he can. Keep it in the middle of the track. Making Kazidkas guess.
And there's a little mini battle forming for 10th between Vladimir and Simon Palmer. These two guys are going to be going in a few corners' time. We look further up the field now as Kazidkas and Energy Dan are making each other look very busy coming into the first DRS drive, I should say, of the lap. Will he try and move down the inside? Dan staying very centred into the middle. Good defending from Dan.
Is Kazidkas playing smart here, waiting for the back straight here?
I think it might be. I mean, if I was Dan, I might have let him go through there and just keep that DRS on the back straight.
Look at Tommy Gunner joining the fight now.
Yeah, 3-way battle for that 7th place, and Bucky in 15th, his teammates on the back of Sisson. Alright, here we go. The Williams on Dan. Dan covers to the right and the Williams flies down the left side.
Good pass there for Kazidkas, moving him up into 7th place. Now it's going to be Tommy Gunner's chance now to overtake the Aston Martin. Looks like he doesn't have enough straight. Oh, that's Simon Palmer going off!
Oh, did he just lose it in the Wall of Champions?
You guessed that one.
The corner, that corner has claimed so many drivers, not just in esports, but in real life F1. It is a horrible corner to get right.
has caught Prooli. Janeji has caught Prooli.
So Janeji might have to pit soon. He might have to bite the cherry in about 4 laps time.
These tyres will probably go 9 to 10 laps. These soft tyres.
Yeah, oh, is it 9 to 10 laps? I thought it was 10 to 11, but oh well.
Oh, it's one of the two, isn't it?
Oliver locks up. Right, it's going to invite Janeji now. It is worth mentioning, look at Janeji's ERS. He hasn't exactly got lots of it. And then you look at Capricorn, and he hasn't had to use any of his. He's got.
Why not? He's leading the race, so he won't blame him for not using any years. He's just managing it.
He doesn't even need to use it. That's just showing his pure pace on these tyres.
Ginetti now just plays sensible games at the moment with Prowley. Just doing a sensible game at the moment. Just trying to keep him honest and under pressure.
And Dan and Katsika are going at each other again.
Let's have a look at this little squabble then for P7.
And Tommy Gunner's back in the fight as well, and McLaren behind Dan, so might have another three-way battle again coming down the back
Lewis
straight.
Price says, how did Capricorn and Ginetti start GP5? You know what? I do not know.
I feel like some people have those tracks where they're just amazing at.
And look at Kazikas. Even though he's been under pressure by Dan, he's now caught up to the back of Elite 10 all day. But you do remember, like Fletcher said, he's on the hard tyres, and so is the Donis. So those two are playing the long game.
This isn't their race, so I feel like Dave doesn't need to fight him. He doesn't need to waste his tyres here. He can happily just, you know, not use his airs here. Just let them go.
Oh, you got an accident! Oliver's been into the Wall of Champions!
Oh no, that's horrible for his race. He'll have to come in and box at the end of this lap. Is there damage? Yes, he's lost the left end plate of the Alfa Romeo.
Major loss of downforce for the Alfa Romeo. He's got to let his teammate through as soon as he can, because that's Elite 10 Dave right behind him. Let your teammate through, Prowley. And he is. Oh, look at how smart is that? Well. Oh, no!
Dan just clipped the. I feel like that was one of those chain moments where Oliver comes into the chicane, cuts across Katsika's line.
Was it a dangerous move from Pro Oliver, though?
It was late, I'll give him that. We'll have to go to the stewards to see if that was an unfair overtake. But I feel like that may have caused the
chain reaction, yeah.
Chain reaction, the drastic loss of speed to Katsika, which made Dan hit him on the rear.
Capricorn's in.
Capricorn has bit first, giving Ginetti the lead.
And with this, you have to remember now that Provis has made this mistake, the Donis, well, he could just sit comfortable. He could just sit there with 4 seconds to Snellway behind. He's now 4 seconds behind Ginetti. He won't mind that because he's on 10 lap on softs. Donis is now the massive favourite to win this race.
Donis right now is in a league of his own. Like, he doesn't need to do anything. He can just chillax in this race and he'll be completely fine.
Sit back, relax in the deck chair.
Yeah,
drink some nice Montreal drink.
Get himself a Montreal coffee or whatever beverage they drink in Montreal, I don't know. I think you can just get out of the car now and just go for a walk across the bridge and you'd still be in first.
Go shopping in the Montreal town centre or something.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Lieutenant Dave now on the hard tyres, now caught it to Snellweg. So Lieutenant Dave is having a very good race today. Of course, he's another championship contender.
He's done the same strategy as the Donis, so it's worth watching him.
Ginetti's
in. A huge gap to the Donis.
Ginetti has come into the pits.
And that will give the Donis the lead back.
And he will go a long time on that stint, so good luck to Donis again.
Question is, did he go for a hard medium or did he go for a hard soft?
That's a good question.
Because you can go to the soft, but they might be dead by the end, or you can go for the mediums, play it safe, and you'll be in relatively good condition. So
Ginetti just came out in front of his teammates, if you want to know. And Capricorn is just behind Energy Dan.
Asking, if you're Donis, do you go for the softs and push like hell at the start, or do you go for the mediums and play it safe?
And they've just gone past Snellweg. So I think in my mind, I think the Donis and Lieutenant Dave can push for the soft tyre. I don't think they'll go but if they want to play it sensible, go for the medium tyre, they can push even more. In my view, anyway.
I've done 27 laps on these hards. They're on like 78% by the end. It is possible to do it, but it's just whether you want to take the risk. Oh, and there's a Mercedes. That is Need for Speed spinning.
It's good to see Need for Speed again, though. I have to admit, it's good to see him back.
It doesn't look like he has any damage, but it's great to see him back. But I don't think this was the weekend he would have wanted here in Canada.
He would have wanted. He preferred to be a GP5 in all places, wouldn't he?
I mean, you know what? I mean, he hasn't looked too out of place in GP4. You know what I mean? Like, he's made himself look honourable. He's had a pretty good performance.
He'll be back for GP5 next week.
And Pro Oliver gets the fastest lap on his new softs, and Tommy just flies past him. That was interesting.
And Tommy Gunner is ahead of Pro Oliver as well, so good word there for Tommy Gunner. Right, let's go back to Snell. Go to Energy Dad because he's just been overtaken by you-know-who, Ginetti. He's just gone past him, and now he's gone to chase down Capricorn.
Dan will probably have to pit soon. I'm saying probably in the next 3 to 4 laps, we might see him come into the pits. The down is probably estimating probably 26, 27. But it is worth watching now when who bites first between Adonis and Dave.
Very good question.
It'll be worth seeing who keeps their tyres in better condition. And that is a spin. He's up for the. That is Shadow Lancer.
Oh, Shadow. Oh dear.
He lost it in the same place I did.
Tom, unfortunately. Oh, Tom. You just got to feel for it, don't you?
Yeah, it's just one of them where you lick the tyres up and everything you do just doesn't want to work, and then you give the slightest bit of throttle, and next thing you know, you've lost it, and Adonis will now come to lap.
Right, breaking news: Elite NL Dave has just got a 3-second time penalty.
Adonis is comfortable. If I'm Adonis right now, I'm loving this race.
We're on 530 subscribers now, if you want to know. Happy days.
Let's push for 600 by the end of the year.
Hashtag 600 by the end of season 9, I would say. Look at Ginetti. Really pushing on now on Capricorn. I just call it Capricorn because it's just easier. And here comes Ginetti down the inside towards the wall of champions. And that's like a hot knife for hot butter, that is, from Ginetti. Next up, it'll be Snellweg. And VFL on the back of the Hookmeister, side by side they go. Oh, Hooky just squeezes it tactically through that chicane. Defensive weren't there from Hooky.
I mean, sometimes you can get the elbows out. You know, it is fair. I mean, we've seen every driver in F1 at some point get their elbows out. So, and now Harry on Simon Palmer. Will Need for Speed manage to get him into the chicane? Will he have the speeds on Palmer veers to the right? Oh,
Simon Palmer!
Ooh.
Just call down string there, so the stewards can look at that if they want to. That could be recommended thing of forcing another driver off the track.
I mean, it was one of them. The gap opened and then it closed very quickly.
It was alongside him, so Simon Palmer should know that Need for Speed is just there.
Yeah, you should know he was there. It's just one of them. The chicane is so tight that if you're not getting past and neither of you back out, the inevitable will happen.
Ginetti has just gone past Snellweg. Ginetti's flying at the moment.
Yeah, he is. He's loving life in that AlphaTauri.
Speaking of AlphaTauri, his teammate Vladimir is just going to the pits.
Down the inside of McLaren. Oh, backs out. It's probably the best decision he could have done, but he goes down the inside.
Here goes Capricorn down on the inside of Snellweg. And great move from Capricorn.
Just about to get the traction there, to get the power down very early.
He wants to stick with Ginetti as good as possible. He is Capricorn.
And in comes and out comes on the soft tyres the AlphaTauri.
I'll tell you what, think of France next week. That's going to be a great fight. Oh, weather report, the sky is getting darker. So,
did Adonis predict that there would be rain, and he's taking these hards till the wet weather?
You know what? The Adonis and Eternal Dave couldn't play the strategy anymore. Is rain on the way, I wonder?
And is that why Vladimir has come out on the soft tyres? It's worth watching now how the weather does.
Gineji's flying at the moment, closing on the lead 10L Dave at the moment.
I'll tell you what, you know, Dave might not be the most comfortable of people here. If the rain is coming, Gineji's tyres should be fine by the time it comes, and he's got a 3-second time penalty. So I wouldn't be sitting too comfortable if I was in that Alfa Romeo right now. Oh, did he get in the wall there?
Just a bit there was the lead 10L Dave.
I don't get any damage, but it did look like he might have lost a lot of speed from that.
Just lost a bit of momentum as well.
Gineji's on his back. Should be an easy move for Gineji now with the power advantage.
Yeah. Easy peasy for Gineji. Gineji's just absolutely rocking at the moment in that Alpha Tower. It could be a victory for Gineji, I wonder.
Maybe if he can keep these mediums in check till the rain, but the question is, when is the rain going to come?
Because remember, the Donis is no slouch. He's 6 seconds ahead of the moment, but Gineji is on another level at the moment. He is on a mission at the moment after he pitted for those medium tyres.
Oliver gets over a 3-second time penalty.
Let's have a look at Tommy Gunner on the back of VFL.
It's worth mentioning Need for Speed has 15 seconds worth of time penalties at the back. Then we've got 6 seconds for Oliver. Now,
it goes Tommy Gunner in the McLaren, sweeping at the moment, goes down the outside. Oh, Oliver, he thought about it. Tommy got a 3-second time penalty now. And that is the winners of Charlotte. They just lapped. Oh, you know Tom is not going to be an happy camper in that helmet of the Williams at the moment.
Indeed. Maybe if the rain comes and someone crashes, might be allowed to unlap himself, but who knows.
So what's Gineji thinking? Is he really going really aggressive before the rain comes, or if there's any rain coming?
I think Gineji pitted for the mediums, try and close his gap to the Donis on his old hard.
Oh, Charlotte's hit the wall again. Same place as well. Oh, he's mad. He is absolutely raging.
And if I think Gineji pitted for those mediums now to be aggressive on Donis, because he's waiting for the rain. And Donis's tyres will be flagging by when the time the rain comes, so Gineji might have a tyre advantage here.
Donis is in!
Donis is hit for mediums, he's bit the cherry.
Is that a bit early for mediums to hard to medium?
That is very early. I would have predicted he would have come out maybe lap 24 to 27.
Maybe you see Gineji just rocking up the places, and you know what? I'm gonna try and do the same way.
That might be the play. And it is worth mentioning we have a different constructor.
Oh, Charlotte, yeah.
From 1st to 6th. So realistically, a lot of constructors are going to get points here, and the teammates may not be getting those points that the top 6 drivers need.
So Charlotte out of the session. He'll come back next week for France for sure.
Simon Palmer comes in for mediums.
So there's Capricorn on the back of Elite NL Dave. So Elite NL Dave now trying to hold on here.
Oh, that's McLaren. It's Tommy in the wall. He's now gone off on the wall.
Snowman had it off as well. Capricorn just got past Elite NL Dave. The Donut has just gone past Snellweg. Elite NL Dave, he's coming as well. 18 laps on hards.
There's damage to the McLaren. M-plate lost. He will have to come into the pit to change that front wing.
And being tyres for Elite NL Dave. Right, Gineji. Has he played this right, I wonder, in terms of the strategy?
This is no one leave for these last 15 laps, because this is a real battle of strategy now, not just pace.
So if he's played the right amount then, Fletcher, with 16 more laps to go?
I feel like the Danish went a bit too early. I think he might have panicked seeing Gineji's times and thought, I can't compete with that on these odds and just pit. But I think if he just stayed out those extra 4 or 5 laps, I feel like he would have had a real advantage over Gineji and just made that time up.
Maggie just says, I remember me and Fletcher having an epic battle in Australia in GP3 last season. Aww. I remember that fight as well.
Yeah, because you crashed out of that race.
Yeah, we're not going to mention we're not going to mention that the lovely 12 corner.
Yeah, you crashed out of that race, and
We're not with.
You became an amazing race engineer. Put it that way.
And then they're just saying, oh, and Vladimir got a little bit out of shape there. Swanee on the back of Vladimir. He wants that Ferrari to get up to ninth and get a couple more points.
Oh,
Ginetti! Right, Capricorn has a chance. And then comes Swanee down the outside. Oh, Vladimir gets the racing line and goes into the wall of champion chicane brilliantly well. And now he's on the chase for Energy Dan. But that's the breaking news at the moment. Capricorn is in the fight with Ginetti, and Ginetti's in the fight with the times.
And this is worth what I think Donis might be looking at the Ginetti for a second time, but I think going, did I bite too early? Could I have just stayed out? Now he's got a 3 second time penalty, he would have been safe for an extra 3 seconds.
But if you're the Donis now, do you see that 3 seconds? He's now going to try and push as hard as he can now to close in on the AlphaTauri.
But now he's got to lose the tyre advantage he had by wearing out these mediums early. He didn't need that. He needed these to last a good while.
Do you think he could have stretched the hard tyre out within 10 laps to go?
Definitely. I think that was a strategy I would have played if I was him. Stayed out to about lap 24, 25, and then pit for the mediums.
Or was he saying, you know what, I need to push as hard as I can because I want to play for the viewers? Maybe.
I mean, it would take a brave man to do it.
Can I just mention that put Oliver's on 11 lap pole softs?
Maniac. Put it. I wouldn't be doing that. 11. You know that reminds me of Sonic Hawk doing about 9 laps on his softs at France.
Sonic Hawk is just a god. That's what he is.
Remember that we're at France last season? Sonic Hawk did about 10 laps on softs. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah. Hooky and Snellweg about to go into war. And Hooky's done 11 lap pole. No, I was wrong, sorry. It was not Pro Oliver. It's Hooky. No, it is Pro Oliver. I was wrong. So it goes Hooky now on the back of Snellweg, who's done 21 laps on the mediums tyres in Snellweg.
These mediums have pretty much lasted him since lap 1.
So he has pushed it really, really long. Fair play to you, Snell, but now you're going to get overtaken by Hooky. I think Snellweg is going for the soft tyre stint here.
There is some, there is quite a bit of blistering on that front right tyre of the McLaren, so it is worth watching. Be interesting to know how much tyre wear. Is he in puncture territory? Who knows?
Cyber Force by AWS by chance.
Oh, don't get me started. He's the most useless piece of information F1's ever given us.
And it goes into now Dave now with 3 lap poles medias on the back of Snellweg. It's the position for 5th now. Look at the tyre performance that Elite now Dave has on the McLaren.
Will we see an incident happen? No, the Alfa Romeo backs out.
Good defending from the McLaren.
He's going to wait now to the back straight. I think Snellweg might have to accept defeat here and come in for those softs or mediums, wherever he's... Well, he can't go into mediums, can he? But he...
no.
Is he going to wait till like maybe lap 25, 26?
Is he predicting a safety car by chance?
I mean, given that there's been no retirements from crashes, apart from Shadow Lancers, from just damage in general, from consistent damage. If I was him, I wouldn't be predicting any safety cars because it's been quite a clean race.
Theo Found just overtaking Swanee now. He's now into 8th place.
Hooky in 4th as he gets past Dave.
Now Hooky's on 18 lap old tyres. Elite 10 old Dave did. Well, I didn't take Elite 10 old Dave long to get to Hooky.
Not at all. Hooky's going to have to pull out a mega hold up here, but I don't think it can happen. I mean, if he stays like this, the Aston Martin boys will be getting a decent points haul, so they can't be too disappointed.
So yeah, I forgot GP5 didn't even have a safety car either, so that's weird. Fair play to them.
Let's hope we don't have any in GP3 tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll be the one to cause the safety car because I'm absolutely rubbish around here. The gaps are pretty much even out right now. Ginetti, 4.3 second advantage at the moment. He's over the time that he needs to not have that penalty to reduce the time that he needs.
Has bit the cherry.
And Hooky as well.
So what tires does Snellweg go on to? He's gone on to softs.
Not surprised, and not surprised for Snellweg either.
Right, these guys. Can Snellweg pinch the fastest lap?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
What is the fastest lap right now? Let me check. It is a...
So 1:10.9 by Pro Oliver.
Is that beatable on new soft stuff? I mean, you gotta remember now, these guys will be on lower fuel than what Oliver's lap was on. So...
The Donuts has caught Capricorn. This is for second place. It's 8/10 behind the Alpine driver. Oh, and to Capricorn spin! Capricorn's one of the chosen contenders, and he's lost in the World Champions. Elite NLD's closing really fast. Can Capricorn stay ahead of Elite NLD, who's approaching the corner now? And he must have got away with that. He has. No wing damage.
And it's a Mercedes in the wall in turn. You got turn 2.
You can probably guess. There's only one Mercedes in here.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Two mishaps in the matter of 3 seconds. At least he's managed to keep it in third. That is always a positive. But now the Donis is going to be all over Janeji's time penalty.
Little fight coming up. Kazikkas versus Swanee. This is the battle for 12th place.
Down in the pits. Let's come out of the pits. Here we go. He's going to softs as well. So all these guys now in the midfield pitting for the soft tyres. You're going to see a good scrap. Oh, and that's a McLaren. It's Tommy. Unfortunate for him, he's lost it.
VSC's applied.
Oh, and that is our first VSC slash. Oh, it's huge damage. That is why Tommy has.
Is it a safety car one? They can turn to a safety car. Don't forget.
He has no front wing. That car is understood.
Look at that, Janeji's come in. This is brilliant.
How this is gonna be very interesting now, and so was the Alpine and the Alfa Romeo.
Now, Janeji's gone to medium, Capricorn's gone to softs. Elite NLD, we can probably guess what tyre is going on. Yep, softs.
The Donist is really hoping that this doesn't get upgraded to a safety car.
I don't think it is now.
Because if it does, that's going to bring the Alpine and Janeji right back into this race.
So it's 13 seconds between Janeji and Capricorn towards Denonis. Right. Well, Janeji's 13 seconds. Janeji is 30 seconds behind Dodonis, and Capricorn is 30 seconds behind Janeji. Right.
Tommy becomes our second retiree of the race.
Unfortunate for Tommy. Janeji's got a drive-through! Janeji's got a drive-through!
That is his race good as over, like, as good as finished.
So Capricorn has got to drive the wheels of that Alpine as good as he can.
And Janeji
is not taking the penalty.
I believe there is a thing where if you don't serve, you get a 20-second time penalty, is there?
Or just a disqualification.
No, I believe it's a 20-second time penalty. I believe the rule was changed.
Well, whatever it is now, look at the two Alpha boys, 4th and 5th still. Good result for Alfa Romeo at the moment. Line and stern.
4th and 5th with Cabrina in the Alpine chasing the Donis, but it'll never come. I don't think. I think this is as good as the Red Bulls.
24 seconds behind the leader.
This is the Red Bulls driver to lose now. This is his race.
So we're just watching the Alfa Romeo boys as well. That's orchestrated really for the Alpha boys. That's very well orchestrated. Now, Elite NLD, if he can push on as hard as he can try and catch Janeji because he's got that drive-through to serve.
You have to remember that these guys, I mean, It'll be Dave in third and Oliver in fourth. So these guys will have a great points haul coming into France. So it'll be worth watching these guys when we get to next week.
Indeed so. So we got Serginetti has lost second place, but has he lost the podium? That's the question.
I think he has. I think he's just trying to stay out now because the man's gets a 3 second.
But I don't think that's going to hinder him too much. VFL passed his lap.
I think there is actually a rule now where if you don't save a trophy, you get a 20-second time penalty.
Well,
so maybe I think Genetti's just trying to do that.
I'm trying to think how much is 20 seconds actually compared to the leader.
I think it happened in Baku last week where a driver in GP3 didn't serve their drive-through, and they got a 20-second time penalty. So I don't know if it will happen to Genetti, but it should.
As you can see, there's penalties. As you can see, 5 minutes. Genetti has taken it. Right now, we're going to see how much time Genetti is going to lose. He's going to lose to Capricorn.
How many places does he lose? Actually, does Capricorn get past him? I think he does.
I think he. Yeah. It's actually going to be pretty tight.
There comes the Alpha, the Alpine, and here comes the Alphas, and that is Mercedes spinning again.
And need for speed, of course. So he's only lost position as Genetti.
Yeah, he hasn't really lost a lot. I mean, if Capricorn can get a time penalty, maybe Genetti can pull it back, but I don't think
the Donis is just the Donis at the moment. He's just rocking up there at the moment.
He's just doing his thing, and he doesn't. He's just cruising.
I go kind of like how much he saved. I'm not going to mention how much he's got, but how much he saved. I'll be surprised. He's actually used quite a lot. The donuts, mate, you don't have to use a lot.
I think it's worth noting that Genetti, after serving his drive-through, we won't see an Alfa Romeo on the podium today, so that's something to watch.
So look at the penalties again. Let's have a look. If Lieutenant Dave could try and close in, he could try and take Genetti on.
It'll be tight. Oh, no.
Maybe not. Well, that says a lot.
Well, that's the commentator's curse.
Yeah, pretty much. Bossy says 30 seconds in the drive-through and 20 seconds if you don't. Let's escape through from Bossy.
Noting that Dan has closed up to Sism in the Haas.
I have been watching actually, to be fair, Fletcher.
Yeah, Dan has actually been clawing back that gap to the Haas driver. He has got 3 seconds.
And VFL's on the back of Snellweg as well.
Little 3-car battle coming in at the end of the race.
I like the sound of that.
And we look further up, and it's just the Dan is still doing his thing.
It's just the donuts being the donuts at the moment.
Yeah, he's just doing his thing anyway. He's just chilling. Right. Dan isn't on Snellweg. Will Snellweg get overtaken now from the Haas? Here we go. Haas on the back straight. Which side is he going to commit to? He has no errs, that is worth noting. Left or right? He goes to the left. Will there be an incident? Oh!
VFL made a mistake.
And that's given Dan 8. For the meantime, anyway, though, I think he will lose that due to his time penalty, as Snellberg does have 9 seconds actually, that's worth noting. I feel like when you have that many penalties, it's just a damage limitation. You try and start as long as you can and just pray for the best. Gonna start lap 33.
I just got breaking news that Shadler has now announced that he'll stop league racing starting next year. Oh, that's such a shame.
Oh, that's not good news that you want to hear. A good friend of the league's, I think a good league racer as well. He's never
He
been
just
too
announced
far
on his
away.
Twitter.
Oh, that's a real shame. I mean, he's been a good friend of the league now for a good couple of seasons.
Good long while now, hasn't he, Shadows Lancer,
Yeah.
hasn't he?
He's been a good friend of me and you, so that's sad to see, but good luck to whatever other endeavours he does wish to do.
He's going moving on to GT racing, and he's going to move on to start his new career there.
Yeah, we wish him all the best in his endeavours in GT racing.
Vladimir has gone past his fight with Kazinkas at the moment, going into turn 1. Here comes Kazinkas, here comes Vladimir. Vladimir around the outside. They're making contact at the moment. The Williams is just slotted behind the AlphaTauri, so Vladimir's just gone past him.
That is very punchy racing. And who comes into the pit? It's Simon Palmer, trying to nab fastest lap maybe from Oliver.
Now back fastest lap with the penalty. 2 laps to go, and what you can't probably guess who's winning the race right now if you haven't just joined. It's this guy. It's the Donis. This guy has played strategy for day 1, and he started the hard tyre onto the mediums, and guess what? He's winning.
He's got the best poker face, put it that way. I mean, out about from the start of the race, not like his strategy. I mean, I personally thought it was a little bit risky pitting so early, but evidently I was wrong, and Adonis has pulled it off brilliantly, especially this tyre conservation.
I think towards the end of the season, I think when we reach Abu Dhabi, I think Shalan so hard to get the best goodbye we can give him. I think when it comes to league racing, he's done so much for SFR and everything else. SFR actually was his first ever home for league racing. This is where it all started, was here in this league. So we have to give Shalan a big something before he has to go. Yeah,
it's a real shame to see him go. I mean, he's been a good friend of mine and yours for a good while now. Good friend of the leagues too for a really good while now. So we will miss him. We'll have to give him a big send-off in Abu Dhabi in the final race of the season. But
we have to, yeah, we got to. It's got to be done.
But now Dennis is just doing the final lap. I mean, this might as well be his
VFL closing in on Dan. He's closing in as the Haas struggling to get past the Aston Martin. VFL down towards the outside. No, he's sticking for now. But like I said,
I mean, this might as well be the Donis' cooldown lap. I mean,
yeah, might as well. The Donis is still pushing on. He doesn't really need to. The Donis and the Red Bull come around the final corner. And here he comes down towards the line. The Donis, well, you could say he's played the master stroke today. You could say he's played the master game today. He's played all the cards right. And the guy in the Red Bull is going to get another win. The Donis will win the Canadian Grand Prix. And that will be another victory into the books.
Simon Palmer doesn't have the fastest lap at the end.
Capricorn will finish home in P2. I think this is the Donis' third win of the season, I believe.
Ooh, the Alpine driver almost making a mistake into the wall.
And Capricorn comes through. Ginetti will come home in third. Elitano take fourth. Pro Oliver fifth.
Hooky sixth.
Vladimir...
Snellman's lost it.
So we got Snellman's gone off. Snellman's this guy is reversing towards the line. Oh my God! He's not gonna
make it. He's not gonna make it.
Oh,
he isn't.
Oh no!
No, what's happened?
Snellweg, I appreciate your efforts. I really do appreciate that.
He couldn't have just spun it around. I mean,
well, it is. It is. Hooky gets driver of the day. And
the surprise
of the game
was that.
And there's the Donis celebrating his third win of the season, and he'll gain more points in the drivers' championship, of course, because the Elite they finished lower, and Ginetti will be very happy with his result as well in the Alpine. Capricorn as well in second, and Ginetti will celebrate his victory And here's the final result. Dodonis wins in the Red Bull. Maximum points for him. Capricorn in second, Ginetti third. Untitled Chapter in fifth. The Alfa Romeos will be very happy with their result today. Hooky in sixth, Fearfell in seventh, Energy down in eighth, Hook Swanee in ninth, Kazikas in 10th, Vladimir 11th, Snellwagon 12th, Simon Palmer 13th, and Need for Speed in 14th. A retired runner, guys is Tommy Gunner, and of course Shadow. It is what it is at the end of the day.
I mean, it's been a great race, especially for the Dynasty and that domination for the whole 35 laps. I mean,
are you gonna start inviting? Are you, Fletcher?
I will invite them, and then I will have to bounce on my apologies.
So while he's adding them in, I'm going to read this statement from Shadow today announced on his Twitter. He says this: I didn't want to reach this point, but after thinking about it every now and then, I've decided to stop racing in F1 leagues come the new year. The reason being that is that I haven't been enjoying it for a while. Sure, everyone has their ups and downs, but because of how poor the game has been and has been since F1 2020, enough is enough. I will, however, be focusing on my development as a driver on Assetto Corsa and find leagues on GT Sport. They may be different, but there comes a time where it wouldn't hurt to take a fresh start. However, it would be rude of me not to leave now when I'm in the early stages of the leagues I'm in. I will participate in every race of the season in those leagues because I'd rather go out on a high than on a damning low. I will also post a thank you message to those leagues once it's over. I'm sorry I had to come down to this. I know I'm a fighter and I've survived bad days, but I've gotten to that stage where I had to do what I feel is right. That is the quote from Shadow.
I mean, I think it's just one of them where I feel like the driver has to do what's best for him. We see it in F1 all the time where drivers, they do retire a bit prematurely, but I feel like if you're not enjoying what you're doing, you should probably take a step back away from it and just, you know, focus on yourself a bit more and what you will enjoy doing. So I can understand his frustration with F1 and his relievement away from it all, and I just wish him the best in his endeavours going into GT Sport in the new year.
Indeed. So we're looking at the Red Bull now of the Donuts' car. I don't think we'll probably get.
I have invited him, but I don't know if he will join.
So what's your thoughts, Fletcher, on what is it? It's just a strategical battle Grand Prix.
I mean, yeah. I think it was just one of those where it all fell into place for one driver and no one else really. But to do that, you must have the strategy to go and, you know, dominate as well as he did. And Dodonis really smashed out the park today with his strategy and nailed any challenges that came his way.
Alright, guys.
Hello, Capricorn. Hello, welcome.
Now, Oliver, I will have to leave you. I've invited Ginetti. I have to go and get myself sorted for tomorrow. So,
that's fine, buddy.
Thanks for having me on the stream, everyone. Goodbye.
See you later, Fletcher. Let's go commentating with you. So let's start with Capricorn, who is in the Alpine. So Capricorn, how did your race get on then, my man?
If I'm honest, it's one of the least action-packed Canadian Grand Prix I've ever driven. Start was okay, but I think that was expected with the Dodonis starting on the hards, but I wish I had more to say. It was just really quiet. I know it's what we do, we turn up, we race, we drive around, then someone wins, but there's not really a lot to say.
Was it a very strategical Grand Prix today?
It really could have been. Even if there was like one safety car, I know that we had a VSC, but just one safety car would have definitely thrown a lot more people in the mix. Maybe not so the win, but definitely for the podium, because I know there's some of the guys about the top 5 and maybe a few guys behind. They had a few penalties, so that could have really changed things by the end of the race.
So, what's your thoughts going into France?
I don't really know. I've not even driven France on this game yet, and I didn't even drive Canada until about 3 hours ago, so I wish I could say, and points. I don't know, maybe top 5 is what I'll be hoping for.
So, you are in the title fight with the Donis. Do you think this is going to be a very challenging year for you to try and catch down to Donis this year?
I'm not going to catch him. I just can't. He's got too much pace. And I'll be very surprised if anyone in the division can.
Let's speak to Janeji, gets his thoughts on the race. Janeji, you had an unfortunate drive-through, but 3rd place, that's not a bad result.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it was completely stupid with the drive-through penalty, because it didn't show me that I was faster in that lap, so... But I take that P3. I'm happy that I just lost 1 position, and I think I had great pace today, so... yes, I'm happy from today.
You were, on that first stint, Janeji, you were really, really quick. You were overtaking guys left, right and centre. Was the strategy really working well in your favour today?
Well, we were making strategy with Vladimir, and big thanks to him, because when I went on I think first box, when I left on mediums, he was right behind me, so I had 1 lap in which I can like hit the tires, and so I had 1 calm lap, but after I was trying to push as hard as I can, and yeah, I think I was almost fine there, but unfortunately, Dadonis was quicker. Yeah, he's fast. I want him in better division. So, yes.
So, would you think that 2nd place in the race was going to be on today?
Well, I think I don't want to be unsportsmanship, but I think I deserve the 2nd position today more, but I'm okay with Cabernet having that, because we are having this season great fights. Also, I was pushed in 1 chicane by Dadonis, I think. So I dare like close call, so I'm happy that I sent it there.
So, your thoughts for France?
Well, I already started practicing France, so I'm just aiming for top 3.
I like the sound of that, Janeji. And yeah, so that'll be it for us. If for GP4, join us tomorrow as we see an unfortunate departing Shadow Lancer who's going to be leaving League Racing at the end of the season, but he'll be still joining us for cons for the rest of the season and everything else. So yeah, we'll be join us again tomorrow, GP3, where I'll be racing tomorrow. Lucky me, I'll be probably crashing as always, raging, everything else. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, keep it racing, keep it SFR.